Hi, I'm DangerMan, the urban superhero, and this is another DangerMan moment. Well, as a lot of you probably know, I have a foundation, a 501c3, called the DangerMan Education Foundation. And most of what our mission is about is helping children live healthy lives. So today I was asked by a friend on the internet who follows my work. I was asked to do this video on child pornography, to stop child pornography and to put an end to the exploitation of children, the sexual exploitation of children. Well, you know, I'm telling you, it's a huge problem. I don't know how many of you are aware of it, but it affects thousands, literally thousands of children every day. As I'm delivering and making this video right now, there's a statistic that 5 out of 10 children are approached every day in some kind of sexual manner, either on the internet or they're approached by people on the street. There's one game that they do where these guys come up and say, oh wow, you'd be a great model, I'm going to take pictures of you, and I'm with a magazine, some kind of high-end modeling magazine. I've heard these stories personally. I've talked to people that have had problems like this, where a guy comes up and says, look, I want to take your picture, and they make them, they meet them at a hotel or a motel somewhere, okay? And I tell them, if it's a magazine, a credible magazine, they're going to have a studio. It's going to be a real shoot, okay? Real photo shoot, not in a motel room where they make you they're using their cell phone and making you pay for the motel room, okay? Duh, And so these schemers, these gamers, these deviants are out there, all right? So I've taken a look at this, and this friend of mine, she's asked me to, she said, DangerMan, would you do a video, because her little sister was affected. It was a personal thing with her, because it was her little sister was affected by this, and it was on her heart. So and I have a daughter as well. So but this is a major problem, all right? And your kids are on the internet, and somebody asks them, they're talking to somebody, a predator on the internet, and they ask them, say, oh, why don't you, they're doing, if they have a camera or something, they say, well, why don't you take off a shirt, or and they come up with some excuse for them. I'm working on a project or a movie or something, okay? Sit down, educate your kids, spend time with them, find out who they're talking to on their computer. Now their computer locks. There's locks and scanners you can get to put on your computer to find out what sites or where your kids have been visiting, or who they've been talking to. All right, and so you need to utilize these tools in order to to help keep your kids safe. All right, because this is a big problem. It's a major problem, just a major problem. All right, and and then they get, and a lot of these young people, some of them don't have good family homes, and they get lured by these offers, either to be in these films, to get their picture taken, and then they take off a piece of clothing or something, and it's, oh, it's okay, and but it's not okay. And don't let them go meet anybody to take any pictures, okay? We need to put a stop to pornography, to children's pornography, and the exploitation, the sexual exploitation of our children. All right, we need to put a stop to it. I was just hearing on the news here in New York City where they found, I think, 8 to 10 women's bodies over on the along the lake there in New York. Okay, and this is they believe a serial killer, and some of these women were ads on Craigslist. Okay, so this is a major problem in our country, not only in our country but around the world. Okay, but we need we can start here, and this is serious. Okay, because these are low life people. All right, and our children need to be protected from this, and so they need to be aware that this isn't all right. You can't talk to people you don't know. You can't talk to them. Don't talk to them. All right, and because there's a such thing we call like the don't knows, people that are don't knows. Instead of we call them strangers, we call them don't knows. All right, you tell your kids you don't know, don't talk to them, because if your parents don't know them, then you shouldn't know them. All right, and so if the parents don't know them, you don't know them, you shouldn't know them. Don't talk to them. And if you do, make sure your parents know who you're talking to and who they're going to visit, or your kids. Tell your kids they need to, that you need to know who they're going to see and who they're talking to. It's for their safety and their protection. All right, but you just can't come down on them like some kind of sergeant or something. So you sit down and be interested in what your young people are doing. All right, and because this is really, I just can't tell you the amount of young people that are affected on a daily basis because of this. All right, and they're lured away from their homes and from school. Okay, and and they think, oh, it's a picture, it's innocent, but next thing you know, it's on the internet somewhere, it's blown up. Okay, or they're getting a little sex scene, they're getting a little movie somewhere, and they take off too much or this or that, and their life is ruined. All right, so I'm appealing to you to have a talk with your kids today. Have a talk with them. Find out where they are on the internet or their friends. Okay, make sure that when your kid takes a step to the right, you know about that right. If they take a step to the left, you know about that step to the left. All right, and their cell phones. Make sure that if they're texting, who they're texting, who are they to, who you're texting. Okay, because there's a record of texts. All right, it's a record. Okay, so it's not like it can go away into oblivion somewhere. So we want to stop child pornography. All right, I'm asking you, stop it. All right, and the sexual molestation of our children, we have to put an end and a stop to that today. Today, I'm telling you. All right, very compassionately listen to me. All right, and because these cases are just they're every day new new cases, and it's terrible. All right, so this DangerMan, the urban superhero, it's an appeal to you. Talk to your kids. Let's find out what's going on. How you can be a help. If you have questions, you can email me at urban.superhero@gmail.com, urban.superhero@gmail.com. And if you want to contribute financially to my program, what I do to help children live healthy lives, you can do that. All right, we're a nonprofit, it's tax deductible, but that wasn't really the reason why I made this video. But because like I said, I was asked by a friend, so I'm reaching out to you. Something's, and if there's something that's going on that seems strange in your child's life, or some guys or people are hanging around that aren't right, guys or women, not just men that are doing this, but there's women too that are involved with these guys that are trying to talk girls and young guys as well. to get involved in this trade and in this activity. Okay, it's illegal. It's illegal and immoral. Okay, so let's protect our young people. Let's protect our kids. All right, and reach out to them. Even other kids. If you know, like cousins or nephews or the neighbor kids. If you see something that's not right, okay, let's protect them. All right. This is DangerMan, the urban superhero, reaching out to you. I can't say it enough. We gotta help our kids. We gotta save our kids, empower them to be safe, all right, and not let anybody take advantage of them. Okay. Thank you very much. This is DangerMan, the urban superhero. Have a good evening. Good night.